Most people think businesses fail because the idea wasn't good enough, but that's rarely where things fall apart. More often, the problem starts after the idea when you're trying to figure out whether anyone actually wants it, how to build it, how to protect it, how to pay for it, and how to get people to notice it. If that sounds familiar, Start Your Own Business digs into exactly why it happens, and the link is in the description. Maybe you're wondering if your idea is even worth pursuing. Maybe you're confused about which business structure makes sense. Maybe your startup budget is disappearing faster than expected, customers aren't finding you, or you're realizing that growing alone isn't sustainable. These don't feel like separate problems, but they actually build on one another. There's one piece of this chain we'll come back to in a moment because it changes everything that follows. The first mistake is building before you've confirmed that anyone wants what you're creating. It's surprisingly easy to spend months designing a product, perfecting a service, or developing features that solve a problem nobody is willing to pay for. Guessing who your customers are usually means you're building for an imaginary market instead of a real one. In the chapter on idea generation and feasibility, the book makes the case for validating real demand before investing serious time or money by understanding the market and talking to potential customers first. That simple shift prevents expensive assumptions from becoming expensive failures. If you've struggled to know whether an idea was truly viable before investing in it, drop your experience in the comments. It's one of the most common roadblocks new founders face. Once demand is proven, another challenge immediately appears. A validated idea still needs direction. Too many founders operate from memory instead of a plan, making major financial decisions one day at a time. Without a roadmap covering your vision, daily operations, and realistic financial projections, it's almost impossible to convince lenders or investors that your business deserves funding. In the chapter on writing your business plan, the book lays out a strategy that reframes the business plan as a decision-making tool, not just paperwork for investors. That's the first domino, because even the best plan can unravel if the business itself is built on the wrong legal foundation. Choosing the wrong business structure isn't just paperwork either. It can determine whether your personal savings, home, or other assets are exposed if something goes wrong, and it changes how taxes affect your business. In the chapter on structuring your business, the book compares sole proprietorships, LLCs, and corporations so you understand which structure fits different goals instead of choosing blindly. That protection matters because surviving the early months depends on something even more immediate: cash. Many businesses don't disappear because customers hated the product. They disappear because the money runs out first. Underestimating startup costs, ignoring cash flow, or relying on unrealistic revenue projections shortens your runway before the business has a chance to grow. In the chapter on financing your business, the book lays out a strategy for weighing bootstrapping, loans, and investors while managing cash so the business can survive long enough to succeed. There's a famous lesson from Airbnb here. Before major investment arrived, the founders found creative ways to extend their runway because survival gave them another chance to grow. Funding, however, solves only half the problem. Even a great business stays invisible if nobody knows it exists. Quality alone doesn't create customers. Inconsistent marketing usually leads to inconsistent sales, making every month feel unpredictable. In the chapter on marketing your business, the book makes the case for building visibility through advertising, public relations, and digital channels, so awareness compounds over time instead of restarting every month. And that's really the central argument of the book. An idea without validation leads to wasted effort. Validation without a plan creates confusion. A plan without the right legal structure creates unnecessary risk. A protected business without funding struggles to survive. And funding without marketing leaves customers unaware you even exist. Every one of those gaps compounds into stalled growth, and Start Your Own Business explores each one in depth. The link is in the description if you want to dive deeper. I hope this walkthrough gave you a clearer way to see where businesses actually get stuck, not at one dramatic moment, but through a chain of small decisions that build on each other. If that perspective shifted how you're thinking about your own business, consider subscribing and turning on notifications so you don't miss the next breakdown. And if you found this useful, a like helps more entrepreneurs discover it too.